next time we will be prepared better. But the thing is that YouTube didn't let me. No, YouTube didn't let me try it properly without actually going online. At least not from what I could find. Okay, it's nice to see us together. Yeah, I actually told him it would be nice if he was on the video, because after all, it's like he's part of the whole thing now. And it's only me most of the time doing the videos. But at the end of the day, it is my series, and he's a part of it, but I also know that he needs a timeout every now and then from the camera, so I'm quite happy that he agreed to be part of this today. So good. Are there any questions? You know what? Since we already got a question what kind of channel we are, I'm gonna show you what this whole crowdfunding thing is all about. If you have not seen the crowdfunding video yet, then you will see it now, hopefully without buffering in between. Enjoy. Hey, I'm Robin, a tea addict traveling through Europe in my van Hermes. Well, recently my boyfriend has joined in Spain. We document our journey with the video series about wings and aim to inspire others to go on their own adventure. And so far, we have been successful. Besides the amazing emails from fans, we also got attention from well-known YouTubers and even BBC World. But now, we ran into a new challenge. Hermes doesn't have proper ventilation, which leads to mold. Also, he's simply too small for 2 people, and you can't cook inside. I'm afraid it's soon time to give Hermes some rest from all the traveling and get a new, bigger van. Working hard, I now have more money on my account than ever before, but we're still far from reaching what we need for our new van home. And proper vans are not cheap in Europe. I started this crowdfunding campaign in hope for your wish for About Wings not to end just as it has started. I have produced the series for, well, let's be fair, pretty much for free, and I want to keep it this way. After all, I can see how much it benefits my audience. Season 1 is completely filmed, and I'm currently releasing episodes on a weekly basis. If you would enjoy to see Season 2, we will need a new van. And you can help, whether it is 500 euros or as simple as 10 euros. Your donation makes our next adventure possible and brings it right to your homely screen. I know we aren't too big of a crowd yet, but I also know that every single one of you can make one hell of a difference in yours as well as in other people's lives. So please, share this message, give some money, and we will finally move on towards North by May. Thank you all so much. Yeah, let's light a fire and share this message. That bit of video was actually recorded in Spain, in, what was it called? The village?
Alpujarras.
It was in the Alpujarras. It's not the village, but that's the mountain area there. And they had a festival where they basically have huge fires in those really narrow little streets. And I thought it's just so crazy, I kind of had to put it into the crowdfunding video as well. Augusto is making faces in the background. Now I can see you. So, Tiogo Trails already said, oh, that's better. So apparently things are working better. Is that the same for everybody else as well, or only one person? Please let us know in the comments on this side. And also, if you have any questions, please also let us know. Augusto is actually keeping track of them right now, and will let us know about any communication that's coming in, unless he's distracted by the cat. I also have prepared a few more videos. Basically, I was busy all day putting together some raw material from the series that you will see in Season 1 that you haven't seen yet, so this is quite exclusive actually. And yeah, maybe that will spark a bit of conversation as well.
Do you think that maybe people in Austria should start like new, how can you say that? New cultures? No, not cultures, like more new events like Spain, just burning stuff.
Burning stuff. I don't know.
That will make a pretty country.
I don't know, maybe we have that. I mean, we do have kind of kind of weird.
Did you burn something?
I
Yes
don't
or
know.
no?
I don't know. Not that I know of. Oh yeah, actually we do. Like on what is it called in English? Sonnenwende.
El solsticio.
I have no idea. We can have a look on the dictionary. But we do have huge fires by the end of winter and the beginning of summer. Oh, that's nice. Sonnenwende. Okay, it doesn't actually find it. That is not helpful. Sonnenwindfire. Okay, that's right. Yeah, Midsummer Festival. All right, Midsummer Festival. It wasn't that hard, was it? And YouTube is telling me yet again that the stream status is bad, and I don't know why. I'm sorry, guys. I tried hard. Maybe it's the time of the day, and maybe it's that it's Sunday evening. That a lot of people.
Tioga Trails asks, what kind of van are you looking for? I.e. for Dodge, Chevy, or Mercedes? Mercedes? How do you say that in English?
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Well, it kind of makes sense. I mean, Mercedes is kind of Spanish, isn't it? It's a Spanish name, isn't it?
Yeah, Mercedes is the name of a woman.
Yeah, I know. Or I know at least about one woman whose name is Mercedes. Anyway, to be honest, I have no idea. It really depends on what's on the market out there and what our budget is by the time. When it comes to the budget, you can all help us. Down there is the domain for the crowdfunding campaign where you can actually donate and help us chip in money. At the moment, we are at, well, including my own money, we are at about 4,000 euros, maybe not even. And we should live off of something at some point too. So yeah, you can help down there. I'm not entirely sure about the brand of the van. However, there are some things that I would like to have, like interior. Would be nice if it was there already. We are actually thinking about getting a small RV, which is not 100% set in stone, but as I said, it depends on what's on the market and what we can afford by the time.
Ian Doherty asked, would you consider buying a van from another country if it was cheaper?
I have considered this for a really long time, and hello Ian, by the way. I think
Ian.
We've talked before.
Not me.
Not you, no. I did consider it for quite some time. However, there is a lot of bureaucracy involved with it, and I'm kind of freaking out over the bureaucracy for his visa already. He's used to it. He's used to visa craziness. I'm not, and I'm really bad at bureaucracy. I'm really bad at dealing with bureaucracy to begin with, and when it comes to bringing a van to Austria and getting it licensed here, which I would have to, as far as I know, would include a lot of bureaucracy craziness, and also just bringing it down here would not be simple, or up for whatever from wherever we would get it. However, Austria is, I'm well aware of that. Austria is not the cheapest place to buy a car, which is really annoying. But well, I have considered it. If there is a simple and cheap way to do it, then I will consider it again. But so far, it didn't seem worth the time and effort, and especially, I mean, it would involve paying a lot more money to bureaucracy in the end, and I'm not entirely sure if it's actually worth the money. If it's not better to actually buy a van in Austria after all. Any new things? No, not yet. Not yet. Questions, concerns, and suggestions over there next to my boyfriend somewhere here is the comment area where you can ask them. If you don't have any questions and you want to support About Wings Season 2, we're currently pushing out the episodes after the crowdfunding campaign. I will continue pushing out the episodes for Season 1. However, that will end some time. There will be 10 episodes in all, from what I can tell right now. And after those 10 episodes, if we don't have a van, then things will change drastically. So if you enjoy About Wings and you don't have any concerns or questions anymore, even if you have them, oh, for heaven's sake, please go down there. There is the igg.me/at/vanwings. Make sure to have the capitals right there as well. And you can donate in order to help us with the new van, so we can continue the series the way it was actually supposed to. We still don't have any new questions.
Although there is one. Is Augusto always so grumpy?
I can't read that anywhere here. However, no, Augusto is not always that grumpy,
yes, I
and
am.
he likes to be grumpy though. But in a charming way most of the time. But I'm always worried that viewers of the daily vlogs might think that he's about to kill me, or that I hold him as my personal slave or something like that. Which is not the case, I swear.
You wouldn't find the corpse.
Okay, guys. Also, the people who is anybody here who's living in a van or in an RV? Let us know in the comments. Would be interesting to know how many. I suppose Tioga Trails is, and we've talked, and I know that you make videos in your RV. Are you a full-timer? I think so. So yeah, everybody living in a van or an RV, please, over here, you can let us know. So, and while we're waiting for new questions, I'd say I will just put in the next video. And since tomorrow or the day after, I'm not sure, I will have a video come up, another Q&A video about how Hermes was built and if he's insulated and stuff like that. So I will show you how Hermes got built. That is actually from the very first episode from season 1, that video. That's coming up right now. I promised you I would show you how I furnished Hermes. Sadly, I didn't film most of the process, but there are quite a lot of photos. And this is the work of 3 months. It's still work in progress. Transforming Hermes from an empty transporter to a cozy little home took quite its time, but I could hardly be any happier with the outcome. This micro apartment inhabits a living room, a bedroom, and can adapt to many other needs. But how all of this exactly works, that I will show you in another episode of About Wings. Oh, and apparently I have a cat now. And Augusto just asked me,
Did you have a guitar?
it's like, a guitar. You're not playing guitar. And I was like, yeah, but I really wanted to learn it.
While you were driving.
Yeah, at the end I gave it away. No, not while driving, obviously. But in the end I gave it to I was at the place of a British family in the south of Spain, in the Alpujarras actually, and helped out with a bit of work there, and I actually gave it to them because I knew that they had a lot of volunteers frequently and that they might enjoy a guitar. Because I'm too stupid for instruments anyway. And we got a lot of questions during that video, so here we go.
Dear Gatrellas, where do you plan to travel this year?
This year, we have a plan for summer. That is it's not set in stone either. You know how my plans are, but the approximate plan is that I definitely want to go towards north and to see Scandinavia and the North Cape, which will be totally crazy since we're finally going to be away from winter in Austria, and we just go up to where it gets like -2 degrees in August at night. Augusto is very looking forward to that. But we will definitely see Sweden, Finland, that's no chronological order there. Germany, I definitely want to see Berlin. Prague, and a bit of the Czech Republic, of course. The little tiny bit on top at Norway, and Estonia as well, and Poland, and everything in between that's not coming to my mind right now. Yes, so that's the approximate plan. As you know, I tend to go where the wind blows me and where things sound cool, because on the road you often hear just from other people. I was like, oh, you should go there, it's right over there, and then you go there and then somebody tells you, oh, you should go over there, there's a great place to go to. So yeah, but that's the approximate plan, and I think we'll kind of stick to it to see the north of Europe.
Okay, Ian Doherty, it depends on your place of residence. Do you plan on living in one place for longer than 6 months? I could help you apply as an Estonian resident, where you could then register the van here. You just need to bring it back once a year for the TÜV.
It's the annual control that you have to do. So that I'd have to go back to Estonia for that. At the moment I have to go back to Austria once a year for that stupid sticker. I think Austria is pretty central for stuff like that, so that's quite practical. However, Ian, if I'm not mistaken, then we've talked on Twitter quite a bit. Let us continue there, because that sounds like an interesting option that I haven't considered yet. Let us go into details about that. I have no idea how expensive or how cheap cars are in Estonia, but if it's worth it, then well, let's try. Let's become an Estonian. I'm happy if I can make him an Austrian someday. Officially, of course, he will always be Venezuelan. Okay, so let's talk about that. We are connected already. It's an interesting option to consider.
Yeah. Tioga Trails. I am stationary full-time until winter ends. So yes, I am full-time RVing, but I do not move it until snow is gone here for good.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, that makes sense. Snow is always a bit of a struggle to deal with. Do you have heating in your RV? Because we didn't have any heating in Hermes, and I actually had one night in Vienna where I slept alone. I have to say, alone in the van with -4 degrees Celsius. -4 degrees Celsius. which worked with a lot of blankets, but it was not very nice, I must say. So do you have heating? How do you deal with the cold if there's snow around? Obviously you probably used the snow to insulate the place a little bit, but yeah, would be interesting to know. Whereabouts are you anyway right now?
I had a great winter.
Yeah, he had a great winter with 35 degrees in Venezuela. Yeah. So, any more? No, nothing yet. Nothing yet. But we're getting rolling here. I like that. I like that. Might even take longer than 2 hours after all, depending on how many people jump in. Guys, if you want to support us, you can either donate down here, which would be absolutely amazing. If you don't starve, if you give us 10 euros for the van this month, then please do so. It helps a lot. Obviously, only if you want to support About Wings. Makes kind of sense, because if you hate About Wings, please don't do it. It's not worth it. But if you love About Wings, if you would like to see more, then down here is the domain where you can donate. And secondly, the people who are here already, please share this live stream with your fans and followers and friends, so they can join the question answer thingy thing. Right, anything new? No, not yet. Good, your questions over here, next to Augusto. Somewhere here. In the comments. If you have questions, concerns, suggestions for the crowdfunding campaign, if you would like to know something about living, how it was living in Hermes and why we don't want to live in Hermes anymore, well, you can ask that as well. And let me know what I can do to help you donate.
We don't want to live in Hermes anymore because he's gaining weight.
What's the right one talking there? I am like doing a workout every single day, and he's actually getting a little bit of a belly at the moment. I did not say that out loud.
Not really.
Nothing horrifying. That is. And if I'm gaining weight, then it's up here. Right, we're still waiting for questions. I have plenty of videos that I can show. Like now will be.
I like the one with Ramona.
Yeah, there will be a few with Ramona.
And Ramon.
Ramon. Oh yeah, true. The donkey was called Ramon. I totally forgot. Like I actually heard the name in the video when I edited it earlier, but I didn't hear it as clearly, and I was like, what was the name? I couldn't hear it, and I can't remember the name of the donkey. You will know what we're talking about in a few minutes. Oh, you know what? Let's do it now. I made a short video with very raw video material, not color edited or anything like that. I made a couple of them actually for today to show you. While we watch this video with material that you have not seen yet, please go over here, comment in the comment area, ask us questions, and tell us your concerns about the whole crowdfunding campaign. Down here is the domain for the crowdfunding campaign. You might even find it down in the description. I'm pretty sure I put it there, hopefully, otherwise I'm very concerned about my well-being. And we're gonna watch a video about the amazing people that I and Augusto got to meet on the roads while we were traveling. Enjoy.
You can.
Wait.
No, bro, he doesn't do anything.
1, 2.
Yay, well done! That's a big snack, isn't it?
Yeah, and there you had it. Ramona trying to pet the donkey Ramon, which was kind of hilarious. But I remember, like, I was holding that apple for Ramon for, like, I was so scared of being bit, so I held it at, like, the tip, and it was like, here you go, and then he just tried to bite it, and then the whole thing just broke off, and I was like, oh shit, and then it was like, here, and then he just threw it off my hand. I was like, oh my god, I'm so freaking scared of that donkey, even though it has the best intentions. Okay,
Well.
there were a few new comments.
Well, Tioga Trails. I do have heat and I am hooked up to shore power, so everything works. I am used to snow. I am in Michigan, USA.
I see. Okay, well, if you're hooked up to power, that is a big plus, I guess. A big convenience that we don't really have usually, especially because there is nothing to hook into in Hermes, at least. Maybe the new van, if we get an RV or a camper van, maybe the new one will have something like that. And if we park in places that aren't somewhere in the middle of nowhere, or in the middle of the city where we don't know anybody, maybe we'll even have a place where we can plug into. That would be pretty convenient, actually. Imagine having electricity that does not depend on our tiny solar panels. I'd like to have a solar panel, a big one, on the roof of the van, but well, obviously costs money. You know. There. I don't want to say it anymore. I'm gonna say it very often. I have to be salesy about this. Okay.
Ian. Also, I'll support you when I can. I need to pay out 23,000 euros for my new car this month, so need to see what's left after I do that.
Oh dear, Ian. Obviously, if you can't afford it, please. I mean, in all respect, if I'm not mistaken, you're the person who just saved me a lot of money with the missing part for Hermes, the part that needed fixing. So, if you can't afford it, just please don't. I mean, I don't want you to starve. If you can afford it, that counts for everybody, really. If you can't afford it, just don't. Just support us. Send it out to as many people as possible. If you want to support us, it's highly appreciated. Share this video, the stream, with your people, and yeah. If you don't have money, just tranquilo. If you do have money, if you think you don't starve, if you give a certain amount, then please do so. You can find it down there at this link. The link is also in the description bar below.
Okay, Tioga Trails. How do you deal with the tight mountain road? It seems an RV would struggle in tight roads.
I'm actually concerned about that, I must say, because with Hermes, it was always, I mean, I gotta say I was a beginner at very first when it comes to driving, because I only just got my driver's license shortly before I started this trip, and everybody was asking me if I was totally crazy or if I ran against a bus or something. And at first I was like, oh my god, can Hermes do that? Oh, these days it's, well, sometimes there are steep slopes where I'm a bit concerned still, but I'm not as concerned as back then. With a bigger RV, well, as I said, we would take a small RV. I mean, it would still have to be below 3.5 tons in like complete weight. So it's not gonna be a huge RV or something. It would be still a small thing, and well, I guess we would have to be clever about the roads that we pick. And if not, then well, that's just one more adventure right there, I guess.
I'm a great driver.
I hope you're a great pusher too if we get stuck somewhere.
Yes, but I'm not going to push. You're not going to put the Latino to push?
Well, you don't have a driver's license in Europe, so
Don't care.
You'll have to push.
That is racism.
No, that is bureaucracy.
Don't become xenophobic with me, okay?
All right.
Tioga Trails asks, how is van dwelling viewed by society in Austria? Do you feel comfortable with their views on it?
To be honest, I don't know. No matter where I went, well, first off, when we were sleeping in a city or something, we always tried to be as undercover as possible, which is easy with Hermes. That will completely change if we're in an RV. But with Hermes, it's really easy because you just have to watch out if somebody's passing by at a certain time when you try to get out or in. No, usually people didn't even know that we were inside. When it comes to talking to other people, it might just be my circle of friends that don't mind as much. There is a stigma, I guess, but people usually find out really quickly that I'm a little bit different in my views. So I don't know, people accept it, I guess, and there are plenty of people who say that they actually envy us for our lifestyle. I mean, obviously they haven't seen the too bad situations you can get in, and that's something that I was guilty of when filming season 1. Actually, today I noticed that I only filmed the nice moments for the biggest part, which is not the point, and that will be something that I will definitely improve on with season 2. That we will also show the parts that are not so nice, like Augusto pushing the car up a slope.
You wish.
While I'm crying in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
So yeah, the views in Austria, I haven't really come across anything that was really bad.
And I don't understand the language, so if someone says something, it's like, disculpe? No hablo alemán.
However, I never had experience with police except for in Spain, and they were really, really nice. And we were in the middle of nowhere where it was, I guess, kind of expected that people might camp there at some point. So yeah. But no, I never had anybody judge in a bad way. Excuse me?
It was not right to park there.
Well, they told us that the gate shouldn't have been open, even though it was, and therefore we just drove in there because the hell. And it was worth it in the end because they let us stay overnight.
Yeah, because French people were nice with them. So it's
because French people didn't speak Spanish.
No.
I think that was the main point. That there was another camper there already when we arrived there, and it was a French couple, and they didn't speak any Spanish or English. So naturally, I suppose that the Spanish police just gave up eventually, and then came back to us and said, "Oh, guys, you know what? They have all their things over there, and it's all set up, and blah blah blah. You can stay the night. Just leave tomorrow before lunchtime." That's what we did. And it was amazing sleeping there, especially in the morning. Today I found some video footage that sadly I got the camera a little late, but there was like the most beautiful flickering on Hermes ceiling. That was the sunlight reflected by the lake that was right next to us. That was a magical moment, and I only got like the end of it on camera because I was so mesmerized by it. Okay. Is there any more questions?
Yeah, Tioga Trails. You could get a bumper hitch that goes on the back of your new van with a box on it and carry a portable generator for instant power.
I don't know if I want to do this, mainly because it's heavy. It makes being undercover more complicated. It is loud, as far as I know. We don't need a lot of electricity usually. Like, so far we've lived without electricity except for the small solar panel for the phone. So I don't think that we will need too much unless I edit something. And even when I edit, usually my laptop stays alive for at least 3 hours. So that usually isn't a big problem. A solar panel is really the goal for this whole thing. Also, not only because it's just much more environmentally friendly. If you hear any weird noises in the background, that's my mom searching for something. What are you looking for? Documents. Okay. Well, she lives here too. It's her flat. We're actually guests at the moment. Augusto is so shocked.
Yeah.
People are allowed to know that somebody else is here, you know?
Yeah, it's like...
Is there anything else?
Oh, she lives here.
Yeah.
No, nothing else for now.
Nothing else for now. Okay. Cool. But hey, that's going really well so far. I will just hop over on Facebook and maybe try to get a few more people over here. That would be really nice. Because at the moment we're like 4 people, including Augusto.
Yeah.
And yes,
I'm amazing.
There could be more. Yes, you are, honey. Where did I put the link? Here it is.
The link.
Copy link address. Facebook. Hey guys. I'm live right now. Wanna watch? Question mark. And link. The whole thing public. Maybe a smiley there. Smiley face.
Trails.
Yes.
Lol, poor Augusto having to push.
Well, that is a big time difference there.
Yeah.
Seems like it.
And I'm not going to push, that's for sure.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough strength for that. Hey, honey, you're out of shape.
Yeah.
Actually, when I met him, he was doing CrossFit. That was a long time ago.
So.
Anyway, as if that was important. But it might be important if you'd have to push the car.
I'm going to push the car.
Alright, so we are 1 hour in.
Maybe you can have like a little army of cats and they could pull up the car.
Where do we store the cats?
We have like a little box on the back and we put cats in there.
That is very uneconomical. I mean, you'd have to feed them. I think it's cheaper.
You put them on a leash and then you let them run around so they can hunt or something during night time and they come back in the morning. And if they don't come back, you just
oh my god,
pull the...
You know, he was really concerned about people not understanding his kind of humor and thinking that he was a horrible person. That's one of the reasons why he got kind of grumpy every time I took out the camera in the daily vlogs. You're not always grumpy. At the moment, you're in a pretty good mood, surprisingly.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that I sound like Sofia Vergara.
Okay, whatever. Anything new?
No.
No, not yet. Guys, please share this video stream with your friends, family, followers. I will do so as well on Twitter. And I could tell my mom to do so as well. Mama?
Ja.
Ich habe gerade was auf Facebook geteilt. Willst du es vielleicht auch teilen?
Nein.
Das wäre voll lieb. Maybe.
Be nice with her.
I'm always nice with her. As nice as I can be.
Mm-hmm.
Felix is here, but he's not meowing yet. That's good. We have a very lovely cat here, and the lovely cat always walks outside, and then when he comes back, he starts meowing.
Stories.
Yeah, he brings a lot of stories. I have no idea where he picks them up because nothing's happening out there at night. Anyway, he keeps me awake for hours at night. By now I've started locking him out automatically.
Maybe he wants to hunt deers.
Yeah, maybe he wants hunt deer. That would, yeah. Great idea, Felix. So, on Twitter, there, I will post that as well. I am live right now, answering your questions and concerns without E. Join us. I kind of have a feeling that people don't even see what I'm posting.
Australian people don't.
So, anything new over there?
No.
Not yet. Okay, so I guess we'll continue with another video. I hope I'm not gonna run out of videos before this is over. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, please continue to post them over here in the comment area on YouTube. I don't think that this video stream is anywhere else.
Point in my face. It's not in my face.
It's right next to your face, though. And if you have a little money left, if you have a lot of money left, if you have something in between, go down here. There's a domain, also in the description bar below. There's the domain again, so you only have to click it. You don't even have to type it in. And you can donate for our new van there. That would be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for every single donation. Also, you can support us by sharing this video stream and sharing the crowdfunding page with your fans, friends, followers, and whatever other kind of people you're collecting in your social media world.
Yeah, I'm not voting for Trump. Thank you.
Yeah, don't vote for Trump. Then again, do we want to anger anybody with our political views?
I have a lot of political views.
So do I.
Yes.
Okay. So we will continue with a little bit of van life, I'd say. Here is a video with mainly the good parts of van life. As I told you already, I kind of left out the negative parts in season 1. This will change in season 2 if season 2 comes to be, which will only happen if we have enough money for this van down. Yeah, for the van, the new van. You can donate right here if you can. So, and here's the video. Enjoy. On my windshield. And we're back, and Augusto was like, oh, I'm so happy you cut your hair. And I was like, well, it's gonna grow to that length again sooner or later. I think I'm gonna cut my hair very radically every half year or every year, like really short, like I did a couple of months ago, and then just let it grow. Let it grow, let it grow.
That was not such a good movie.
I liked it, and you're out of the image again. I can move a little bit if necessary, because I'm so fat and I don't fit into Hermes anymore, according to Augusto. And you just laughed about something.
Tioga Trail, serious lag on comments, about 3 minutes to get to you, but it's okay. I can understand everything. It flows good.
Okay, yeah, I think that's kind of normal when it comes to the streaming technology these days, that you still have a few minutes of a lag. Also, it also depends on your internet connection, and it also depends on this internet connection, obviously, and when you joined the conversation, because I think that you actually get a few minutes from what happened before the actual moment that's happening right now, which is not when it happens at you. And time travel, it exists. Okay,
Yeah.
you laughed about something.
Yoga Trails. You can see him on one of my. Oh yeah. Ha, Augusto. My son TJ gets all crabby when I get him on
TJ.
camera.
TJ is that?
Yeah.
Crabby.
Crabby.
And
I don't know.
how crabby?
You can see him on one of my older videos where he went to the beach at the Lake Michigan.
Oh, I will check that out. Thanks for the tip. By the way, Tioga Trails is making videos as well where he documents his journey, or his the journey of living in a van or in an RV, and actually at some point, as far as I could tell from the comments now, at some point also an actual journey through the US. Right now in Michigan. So yeah, if his son Krabby, then hop over on his channel and check it out. Cool.
Maybe we can become best buds.
Best butts.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the best choice of words there.
Best buddies, being all grumpy.
With whom? Best buddies.
With his son. Well, it depends on how old he is. I get along with kids.
Yeah, you do. It's actually very true. He's very good with kids.
Ian Doherty. Oh God, Augusto. Personal question. Being from Venezuela, are you able to open up about your sexuality? And do your parents know you have a boyfriend?
Well, you don't have to answer it if you don't feel like it.
Yes, I can answer it. Oh God. You are able to open about.
Or can you talk?
Yes, with some people I'm open with that. It's like it's a regular thing for me. I don't have to be screaming or to the wall or yelling, yeah, I like boys. I don't like that attitude.
I'm actually not allowed to tag him on Facebook or comment on anything of his things because...
Yeah, because he's like too open with his entire life. I'm not like that. I have my personal life. I like to keep it that way. Do your parents know? No, they don't. Wow. Why? Because we are yeah, a conservative family, but you know,
Generally in Latin America, people are usually quite intensively Catholic, right? And very religious and kind of conservative. No? From what I've heard.
Intensive.
Look, cliches.
But yeah, the main religion is being Christian Catholic. It's not like they are super intensive with that. But yeah. So
okay.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. So no, I'm a ghost in Venezuela. Except for your friends. Some of them. Maybe. Well, we'll see how that goes in the future. But for now, there's no stress about anything, I guess, except for getting your visa.
I don't feel stressed.
About the visa? Well, you only have 3 months here, so we'll have to figure it out within 3 months. And we will, hopefully. Okay, any questions, concerns, suggestions? I just saw that somebody joined our little tea party here. Tea party. I should have made tea for this, really.
No.
If you have any questions, suggestions, concerns about the crowdfunding campaign, or questions about van life, or what's going to happen in season 2, please let us know over there next to Augusto in the comment area. That would be very lovely, because I like interacting with you. My mom is giving me a interesting look. She's asking if people are there. Yes, there are people.
She's asking Germany because she doesn't want them to know.
I'm not sure about asking. That.
God. Common sense, people. Important part of life. Don't forget it.
Well, You're wandering more and more out of the frame.
You're gaining more weight while you breathe.
So, time is passing so quickly. What have we watched so far when it comes to the video, the crowdfunding video? We could watch the crowdfunding video again now that somebody has joined. I have no idea if this somebody has seen it by now, but now you can watch it again while people ask questions over there. If you haven't yet, please go down there to the description area, or you can also see the link here in the video to our crowdfunding campaign where you can support season 2 and the new van that we need for it. In the meanwhile, here's the crowdfunding video and what all of this is all about. Thanks for watching. Hey, I'm Robin, a tea addict traveling through Europe in my van Hermes. Well, recently my boyfriend has joined in Spain. We document our journey with the video series about wings and aim to inspire others to go on their own adventure. And so far, we have been successful. Besides the amazing emails from fans, we also got attention from well-known YouTubers and even BBC World. But now, we ran into a new challenge. Hermes doesn't have proper ventilation, which leads to mold. Also, he's simply too small for 2 people, and you can't cook inside. I'm afraid it's soon time to give Hermes some rest from all the traveling and get a new, bigger van. Working hard, I now have more money on my account than ever before, but we're still far from reaching what we need for our new van home. And proper vans are not cheap in Europe. I started this crowdfunding campaign in hope for your wish for About Wings not to end just as it has started. I have produced the series for, well, let's be fair, pretty much for free, and I want to keep it this way. After all, I can see how much it benefits my audience. Season 1 is completely filmed, and I'm currently releasing episodes on a weekly basis. If you would enjoy to see Season 2, we will need a new van. And you can help, whether it is 500 euros or as simple as 10 euros. Your donation makes our next adventure possible and brings it right to your homely screen. I know we aren't too big of a crowd yet, but I also know that every single one of you can make one hell of a difference in yours as well as in other people's lives. So please, share this message, give some money, and we will finally move on towards North by May. Thank you all so much. I'm seriously so happy that this whole technology thing... I think we did it! And it's cold!
Oh my god!
Please, please, please! Make it worth the pain. I totally forgot that this was there. Oops. I kind of talked into it now. But that is a funny ending for the crowdfunding video that I felt like it should be in there because it kind of makes this whole salesy thing more human again. And also we have a video with outtakes. I have no idea who of you has seen that already, but I will show you that in a few minutes, I guess. So, have there been any new questions? Not yet, not yet. So, who's number 5? Who has joined us there? I would like to know. Please let us know in the comment area right there, next to Augusto. That would be very lovely to know who that is. So, we'll just wait a little bit until there's new questions. I'm having a look on Facebook. Yes, my mom shared my post. And there's also something on the About Wings page. Let's check that out. That will probably just the message that I have shared my own status, isn't it? Bum, 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 bum. Yes, it is. Okay, that was not so interesting. Okay. Any new questions? Nope, not yet. We're still waiting for new questions. By the way, if anybody is wondering, we are currently at my mom's place while we fix Hermes, or we already fixed Hermes. We just have to bring him to the TÜV check, which happens once a year in Austria and other parts of Europe. You have to get that sticker from the TÜV in order to
be allowed to even drive on the streets. Hermes doesn't have it yet because we had to fix quite a few things. Those things are fixed now. Luckily, not as expensively as it seemed for some time, thanks to Ian. And yeah, as soon as we have the tooth sticker, which will be hopefully, where's wood? I need wood. Hopefully on Thursday.
Isn't that wood?
Yeah, that is wood too. True. I didn't want to shake the whole laptop. I suppose it's kind of loud, a kind of loud noise.
Ian said, "Thanks for answering. It's nothing. Thank you for asking."
That concerns a question that he had a bit earlier. As soon as we have the sticker, we will give our best to sell Hermes. I suppose since the festival season is about to come up in Austria as well, that might actually be a good chance, because Hermes would be perfect for festivals, I must say. Like my mom said it today, and it was like, well, actually, that's very true. I mean, he's great for traveling, but at the end of the day, he doesn't have proper ventilation, and if you sleep in him every night, then that will sooner or later lead to molds if you don't have a chance to ventilate often enough, like we did in the city. So a festival where you sleep in Hermes for like 2 or 3 nights would be actually perfect, I think.
Tioga Trails. Well, that's good. That's good. You guys get along. Do you eat out or do you grill your food when on travels?
Do you grill your food? Well, so far we were mainly forced to eat out, which is really expensive. As also when I worked and edited the videos, I always had to go to coffee shops and actually consume tea in order to be able to edit, because we didn't have electricity in the van either. And that's actually 2 big parts of why we need a new van, 2 of a few, because we don't have a kitchen in there. It's just a little gas stove, and in order to get to the gas stove, we actually have to like build the whole bed, and it's really complicated. I think I actually cooked with that thing 3 times, and the first time wasn't even on the road, that was still in Vienna. The second time was in the Alpujarras when I was at a van village there. Yes, that exists there. It's kind of like Slab City, just a little, I don't know, a little bit more sophisticated, I guess. I don't know.
I wasn't there. So.
Well, it's basically a big valley filled with vans and hippies. Anyway, and there I actually tried to cook inside Hermes, which was horrible because it just steamed everything up even more. And one time when I was with you already by that lake, by the hot springs, we cooked outside of the van. But I would really like a van where we have a kitchen where we can actually cook, so we don't have to eat out all the time, and in a van where we have electricity from solar power, so I don't have to pay for tea all the time in order to make this series, because at the end of the day, we have to live from something, and it just gets more expensive that way.
Ian said, "I've heard people in South America are generally unfriendly towards it, and I was curious. I myself am gay. I'm a gay man, however, I agree with you. I also don't like yelling at everyone about it. Thank you. I share your opinion. You're amazing." I like that.
It's not like I'm yelling at anybody with it.
I'm not saying you are like
I know.
singing it to the 4 winds.
But like there are people who actually tell me like, yeah, you're telling everybody your games. Like, it's not true. I mean, I might have told you that I have a boyfriend, but that's about it, because the rest is not really of your concern
maybe
anyway.
that people on Instagram when they use the hashtag gay.
Fair enough. I have used that
like,
for
why?
views. I have used that for
Why?
views. I'm totally guilty of it. I have. And it
People.
works. It works. Like, people love that hashtag.
Why?
I don't use it very often, though, I must say. But I have used it. I'm totally guilty of it. We gotta use the gay bonus somehow. It is a bonus these days, luckily, for the biggest part.
Tioga Trails. Crowdfunding in the USA has gone fairly bad. We have had some abused people using funds for other things than what they claim they use it for. They use it for I am sure you are legit, and I will support you. I will support your cause. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's much appreciated. And well, there's not really much else we can use it on, really. I mean, we're planning to live in a van.
Feeding the cats.
We don't have cats with us then. Oh, the cats that will pull the car out of the trench.
That or my army.
Oh, your cat army. Would you want?
No,
You want
my
a
cat
hippo army. You want a hippo army.
Rhino and everything.
Rhino. Okay.
Pachydermos. I don't know the word in English.
Yeah, we'll have to pack all of those on the roof.
You don't have to pack them. They will pull the
Oh, they will pull the car. Yes.
God.
That will be perfect for stealth camping.
Of course.
Anyway, what was the question again? I forgot. Legitimate crowdfunding. Yeah, it's shit when people. Sorry, pardon my French. It's not very nice when people. When people do that, and I don't know. I think it's a huge honor actually to get that amount of support from people who believe in your project, and I don't think it's. I can't even imagine who does that. I don't know. It goes totally against my ethics and my morals. So we will definitely use, like, even if for whatever reason, like if we get if somebody gives a free van to us for whatever reason, and we still have that money, which will be the case, then I would still invest it into more camera gear and things that will make the series better. And except for that, yeah, there's not really much we can invest it in anyway, because well, we're living in a van. It's not like we're trying to pack it as full as possible.
Look, I found the word pachyderms.
Pachyderms.
Yeah.
Pachydermos. Yes.
I like them.
He likes the ones with thick skin.
They're amazing.
They are. And it is really cute when he sees them. He gets overly excited about it. You will see that in one of the very first, I think in the first or in the second episode of the second season, because the first two will be in Austria. And it's the way up from Spain to Austria.
I think there is a song called I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you don't have to play it now.
No, I'm not. I'm just searching the lyrics.
Is there any other questions though?
No. Oh yes. Gobi Toby.
Hi,
Yeah.
Welcome to our little tea party without tea, sadly, I must say. The next time we do this, I have to make tea.
You can read the first line that is in German.
That is in German, okay. First of all, viele Grüße vom Bodensee ins Nachbarland. Oh, that Toby, I even know who that is. Hi there.
I don't, but hi.
You don't, I know. It's a guy from a lake at the very west of Austria. It's like exactly at the border, and he's that lake is like in 3 countries or bordering to 3 countries, and he's in Germany, the very south. Yeah, continue. And now my question. As you guys have already traveled to the south of Europe, what regions do you want to see next? I already covered that a little earlier, but I'm gonna say it again because, well, we have 2 or 3 hours for this, so why not? Thank you for the question, Toby. We will go north, actually. We will probably pass through the south of Germany, the Czech Republic, then Berlin and the north of Germany as well, then Denmark, Sweden, up to the North Cape in Norway, then down Finland and Estonia and Poland and everything in between that I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. I'm actually really bad at geographics, which is quite weird. I'm actually getting good at I know exactly where a country is as soon as I've been there, but before that I'm kind of messed up in that regard. So yeah, that is the approximate route. My plans are not usually set in stone and tend to change a little bit at least while we go. But yeah, that's the approximate route that I would like to do in summer. And next winter we will probably go south again Where exactly, I don't know yet. To be frank with you, there is two options. It's either going to be Spain and Portugal, or it might also be Greece and Turkey down there somewhere. However, considering the current political situation, Spain and Portugal might be the better choice for now. I think. I don't know. Maybe I just got drawn into the whole news craziness. That, yeah, I'm trying not to watch the news anymore, exactly because of this kind of stuff. He watches it, so if something gets really dangerous, he knows about
Latin
it.
America.
But I doubt that somebody will blow up two guys living in a van. Well, people might think that we want to blow up the van, but that's not actually the case.
Well,
I swear.
Yeah.
We're not terrorists.
Yeah. Remind me that when we visit Latin America, to give you a map. That way I can tell you, we are in Panama. Oh, I thought we were in Colombia.
Oh, I know where Colombia and Panama are.
Good.
I know that. I have an ex-boyfriend who's from there, so... And you're from right next to Colombia, so I know so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, any questions, any concerns, any suggestions? Over there next to Augusto is a comment box, and we are very happy to see your comments there. We will give you a little bit of time. Hello again, Toby. Very, very happy to see you here.
See you.
And for anybody in general, down here is the link to our crowdfunding campaign for the new van and for season 2 of About Wings. If you want to see us go up north to the North Cape and see Scandinavia from the perspective of a van dweller, especially from a red-haired, ginger-haired and a Latin American van dweller, then you are in the right place here, and you might want to donate down there. The description bar has it as well, the link, so you can just click it there. And now we're gonna watch a little video, because I've spent the entire day preparing videos for you guys.
You need like an intro, like the one from Game of Thrones.
I have.
It will be
About
powerful.
Wings has an intro,
No,
and
but
I was
I mean
actually
like one from Game of Thrones, because I really like that intro. It's an amazing intro.
copyrights. Well, I was actually considering bringing the About Wings intro into this, but I realized that I only have had versions without sound music. Copyright, licensing. Okay, here is a video about the beautiful places that we have seen so far, or that I have seen so far. Some of them have seen Augusto too. Okay, enjoy. That's stuff that you haven't seen yet in the series. very west of Austria.
The sunny Austria. Yeah, right.
Sunny. Well, it was the why the sunny Austria? Well, it was the beginning of spring here,
You don't
and
have like a name for.
we didn't have the freeway sticker on the car yet, and we just wanted to go to the next village, and all of a sudden we were in the middle of the mountains, surrounded by beautiful snowy mountain peaks. That was really nice, I must say. And I it's kind of funny because, I mean, considering that I'm from Austria, I never actually saw them so close up front. I'm not sure. Not that I could remember. And it was really beautiful. I'm actually a bit annoyed that we didn't stop. What?
Nothing.
Keeps interrupting me. This is
not.
very rude, mister. Very, very rude.
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to open my email account desperately. In order. Well, my campaign got sent. That's very good. Are there any new questions? Augusto
No.
keeps scrolling through music lyrics about hippos. that's how desperate we are for questions, guys. So please give us some. Are there
hippos.
any questions? Yeah, he's desperate for hippos, and I'm hoping for questions. Hey, number 7 has joined. Hey, number 7, what's your name? I don't want to call your number anymore. What's your name? Do you have any questions, any concerns, any suggestions for season 2 and for our crowdfunding campaign? Talk about the crowdfunding campaign. Down here is the link, and down there in the description bar you have a link that you can simply click, so you don't have to type it into your browser. That leads to the crowdfunding campaign, where you can support the new van and donate for season 2, which would be a huge help because I would really like to continue it. And we're yet waiting for questions. It's funny, the more people come in, the less questions we get. That was much more earlier. But I gotta say, I'm really happy with the whole setup that we have here. It's still the living room, human kind of communication that you'd like to see on YouTube. And at the same time, like, we have this really fancy bar down here and the little videos in between. I like that. And the videos are a great opportunity for the two of us to just catch a breath, you know, and hope that you guys send comments and questions in between. If you haven't yet, please share this live stream with your friends, followers, fans, and whatever kind of people you're collecting on social media. That would be very nice, because then we have more people to ask questions and to actually watch our craziness here.
What craziness?
Yeah, what craziness? That's a good question. The craziness of us waiting for new questions, and the craziness of looking through song lyrics about hippos, which is a bit crazy if you ask me, but only in a good way. Hey, there's something.
Yoga trails. How would either of you feel if you had to travel alone on his trip? I am facing this one. I am facing this once. I head to Texas to live. No family or friends there. Wow.
To travel alone on this trip I'm facing. Okay. Well, how I think about this is quite easy for me to tell, because I have done it by myself for the longest time. Augusto just joined the last few.
Yeah, I travel alone, but not by van. So.
Yeah, but like the majority of season 1, I was actually alone, and I was traveling alone, and I can tell you, first off, I'm not a person who likes being alone a lot. Secondly, when you live in your van, he likes to be alone. Like, he made the choice of his life when he decided to travel on 4 square meters with me. I'm not a person who likes to be alone for a long time. And secondly, living in a van actually robs you of some ways to get to know new people that you would have when you travel by plane and stay in an Airbnb or couch surfing place, like I did before I started traveling with the van. because when you sleep in these places, you automatically meet new people, and that made it comparably easy. And only when I was on the road already with Hermes, I started to realize that this was gone now. And the first weeks of traveling, I was actually forced to travel really quickly because it was getting colder and colder. Plus, I was a bit too paranoid about the cold, I gotta say. These days, I think about it a little differently. But since I couldn't stay anywhere for a very long time, I couldn't really make friends or get to know anybody. And I was really relieved when I came down to Barcelona, where we actually currently am in Series 1, because I already knew a couple of people there. And from there on, things got much better, I must say, because people started to pick up on the series, and I actually met somebody because of the series. That was Dino and Ramona, who you actually saw in one. Yeah, I shouldn't call her Ramona. You started that. You said Ramona earlier, and I was like, and I just picked up on it. Okay, Dino and Rami, who I met. Who I met because Dino actually messaged me because of the series and because I posted something on social media. And from there on, things got better. But I have to say, I was miserable the first weeks. I don't wanna rob you from your dreams. And that's, I mean, you get used to it and you start to learn how you can live by yourself and do things by yourself. Like podcasts are a really great thing for me. Also reading, of course, and watching movies. You just have to find ways how you can get your mind busy and get out there. Like when you're traveling during daytime, just make sure that you get out there and that you see where you are, and that really makes things better. And try to talk to people. I have this really weird thing that I have trouble talking to strangers. It gets, as soon as somebody says hello to me, I just talk like the world would end tomorrow. But besides that, like me saying hello to somebody else, that's something that is still really, really strange for me, and I'm trying to work on that now. But if you don't have that problem, or even if you have it, try to talk to as many people as possible, and you will make new friends that you will think of for a really long time. Like my friends from Valencia, I don't think that I will forget them anytime soon, if ever, especially because I met him because of them. So yeah, try to, like in the times when you are in the RV or in the van by yourself, try to keep your mind busy. Write something, read something, listen to podcasts, maybe record something. Times when I felt most alone, I actually filmed the most, because talking to the camera just made me feel a little less alone, I guess. And during daytime, when you're not in the RV, just try to see the world. Seriously, I mean, why are you traveling in the first place? And talk to as many people as possible. That's all. What do you say about that?
What was the question?
Traveling alone, or doing this trip by yourself? What if you'd have to do this trip by yourself? I think you wouldn't have as many troubles because you actually like being alone for the biggest time.
Yeah, I enjoy the time with myself. Enjoy the silence, thinking, reading, listening to some music. Yeah, I think it wouldn't be so hard for me. So that someone, when you want to mess like or bother someone, those times, yeah, maybe I could miss those times.
Let's say if you are somebody who feels lonely very easily or very quickly, then traveling by yourself will definitely help you with that. In the beginning, it made me feel miserable, but by now I know that it has become much easier for myself to actually be alone and do something with me, and actually, be okay with being just with me. And yeah, that's a very important skill to have, I guess.
Very important. Gobi Toby. Oh wow, that sounds awesome. Cool plan. Scandinavia is absolutely beautiful in summer, but expensive. And thanks for the personal greeting. I feel so famous now. Haha.
Yeah, he actually said that on Facebook. He just sent me a message saying that on Facebook too. Expensive. I don't even know, because from what I've heard, I mean, I've heard a lot that it's expensive, but at the same time I've also heard that the most expensive part about Scandinavia is actually the accommodation and the places to sleep, like having a room where you sleep in or renting a place.
I've heard that the beer is too expensive in Finland, so that is going to be a problem for me.
But I've also heard that in Scandinavia, for example, fuel is really cheap. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard it somewhere, which is like one of our biggest expenses right next to food. Like food and diesel, that's really our biggest expenses when we're on the road.
Yeah.
What's that?
So,
what else
nothing.
do we have? I
Um,
keep track of our expenses. That's like the big difference.
Yoga trails. Ha ha ha. Augusta using universal sign language. Van Man Dave. Thank you. And
Hey, Van Man Dave. What's the all about? Good to have you here.
and Klein Domi or Klein. I'm so confused with the
Klein.
German.
That is German. Klein.
Okay.
Little dummy. Hello, by the way. You're new too. Oh my god, we're 8 people by now. Yay!
Hey Robin, weren't you afraid of making videos for the first time? Because I tried a couple of times, but I'm too shy.
Making videos for the first... Tell you something, like I was actually... Before we started this live stream, I was sitting here and my heart was just pounding and I was like, I mustn't say anything. I don't want to make Augusta as nervous as I am. So I still have it frequently. When it comes to making vlogs outdoor, it's still weird running around with a camera, and even worse when it's on a stick in front of me is like people just give you the weirdest looks. But at the same time, it just makes you more confident because you just at some point you just stop giving a damn and actually start to make fun of it. But it's still weird. I agree on that. And putting films and videos out there. First off, I've been making films since I was 3, kind of, if you can call that film. But the first time I got when it was my 3rd birthday, it was the first time that I got a camcorder into my hands. And since then I didn't put it down anymore, except for the time when I studied. And I studied digital film and animation, and then I just abandoned the whole thing for 2 years because it totally ruined it for me. We have to watch the videos. We actually have a few DVDs over there that I want to see from my really, really, really old stuff. He doesn't know about any of this. Anyway, I totally got off topic here. At the end of the day, whether you are very experienced or not, it all comes down to just doing it, Put your videos out there. I have deleted really old videos of mine, or I made them private on my own on my other account, on the Raindrop Catcher account, simply because they are not really the standard of quality that I want to bring to people anymore, and it's not what I want to be known for these days. Not that I'm embarrassed of them, but it just doesn't reflect the things that I put out there these days. You can always take them down in a couple of years if you feel like it, but at the end of the day, you have to start putting your content out there, showing yourself to people so you can grow an audience, and you will learn over time. You will get better. It will happen automatically over time. Like, for example, this here, like with the whole banner down here, which is, by the way, the link for our for our crowdfunding campaign for the new van. We're highly appreciative of any new donations. For example, that bar down there, or that those videos that we show in between, that is something completely new. I've never done this before. The other Q&As that I've done live so far, they were always just me sitting here talking with a really crappy quality. And this is a completely new stage, and I've learned something new. But we had a bit of trouble in the beginning with the live stream, but we figured it out, and here we go. Now my live streams have entered a new level of quality, and as I said, you will learn along the way. Just experiment, but don't be afraid to put your stuff out there. Really, the internet is very forgiving, mostly. So don't be afraid. Just be yourself and do your thing. That's generally what I stand for, and also what About Wings is all about. Like, if you have a dream, just go for it. Don't let anybody else put you down. So, and we've run out of questions again, I see. So why not? Now that I just talked about it, why not watch another video? But before that, guys, down here I just said it is the link for our crowdfunding campaign for the new van for season 2 of About Wings. Also down in the description bar, you can just click that link if you don't want to type it into your browser, which I totally understand. If you don't starve, if you give a certain amount of money, whatever you go for, if you don't starve this month, if you give it, and if you really enjoy About Wings, then please go there and donate. Also, it's very much appreciated if you share the whole campaign and this live stream with your friends, family, followers, and as I said earlier, any other kind of people you collect on social media. I keep repeating it, but I think it's just a really good thing to say.
What kind of people do you collect on social media?
Like friends, fans,
stalkers,
yeah, had those too. Anyway, yeah, just share it with your people, and if you have any questions or concerns or suggestions, then go over here. Next to Augusto is the comment area. Please comment and we will know. And I'm actually excited because so far the total view time in hours that we had of all of you guys together has been 6 hours, which is wow. Okay, so here's a video for you of what are we going for this time? Cool events that we've come across, that I've come across, and Augusto has been to one of those, I think. No, two actually. Okay, enjoy. Back also, now we're back with voice. That's good. Are there any new questions? No, there haven't been any new questions.
I think people look more happy when they are happier. What's the word?
Yeah,
happier.
People tend to look happier when they're happier.
Happier when they start burning things.
Burning things.
Yeah.
Possibly, it's warm. The first thing that you saw with the burning, where I threw the branches into the fire, that was in God, I have to look up where that was. It's something with T. I keep forgetting the name. It's a small Spanish village in the south in the south of Spain, in the Alpujarras. Mixing languages again. And they do that annually in early spring. No, winter. Winter is early spring. February it was. In February, and yeah, I kind of got the impression that Spanish people like to burn stuff, because a little later you saw a part from Las Fallas in Valencia where they burn huge statues made of styrofoam, in order to get rid of the old negative ghosts of the last year. which is pretty impressive, but also probably very, very unhealthy for our environment. But it's amazing to watch, and it's crazy. Like, if you can ever get there at this time of year, make sure to see it, because it's crazy. It's like 3 weeks, and especially the last week, constant fireworks 24/7. It's incredible. I've never seen so much craziness in 1 week. I kind of got the impression that Spanish have a little obsession with fire. Don't take this too seriously, but I've heard there are actually quite a lot of celebrations where they burn things,
Yes.
as far as I know.
Indeed.
So yeah, and in between you saw the game nights we had with Rami and Dino and all the other guys from that couchsurfing group that they've started, and where I also met Augusto at some point, but that was not in that time. Those game nights were actually before he joined the group. The first time I was in Valencia, because I went down and then I went back up again. We met each other for the first time at the Harry Potter marathon, right? Because they always make like really nice little events in that group of friends, which I kind of like. I never really had that in Austria in that sense, like really regularly. That was completely new. That was completely new to me, and I really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, there's always a reason to get together, apparently. At the moment, it's kind of hard for them because Dino is not actually in Valencia anymore. He's in Iceland at the moment, while Rami is still in Valencia. But I'm pretty sure they still have their meetups.
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
They do. It's just that
Dino is not there.
no, less people there.
Less people?
Yeah.
That's a pity, because it was
and
nice.
in Germany,
Well, but there was
then
always
in
somebody
Barcelona.
new. There was always somebody new joining in. I'm pretty sure